Hello, hello, hello. Let's put on some makeup. I tried something new today. We're gonna pop on some Jessie Woo and start the timer because I tested myself and I said, okay, let's try and do like a 5 product face within 5 minutes because there was a time in my life, like post college, where I was able to get ready within 5 minutes because at the time I was dating someone, I had a boyfriend who would just spontaneously be like, let's go somewhere. So I had to figure out how to do my makeup super fast every time we just would randomly go places. But I haven't done that in a while. So I thought, okay, today's a super chill, casual day. I actually wasn't going anywhere, but I was like, let me just try to do, if I only had to use 5 products and I had 5 minutes, what could I do? And this is the first time I've done this in a while. So, not including skincare, which I just put on and did like a little quick lymphatic massage as I applied Skin Drink moisturizer from Lush, which I've used for over a decade at this point. And so I picked 5 products. The first product we're starting with, of course, is we're gonna do NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I've used this for decades. It's my probably favorite and only concealer. And I've recently changed the color. I used to use Biscuit for years, probably a decade at this point. And I tried Sucre D'Orge, if that's how you pronounce it. And it's so odd because in person, it doesn't look, I don't love it, but on camera, it actually blends in quite nicely. So I'm debating, I'm wondering once I get a bit of a little bit more hue, which you can kind of see it. I've been out by the sun, you can kind of see a little bit. But once I get a little bit more color over the summer, I'm wondering if my skin color deepens, will this shade be right? So I'm gonna keep it. It's in the maybe pile, or if I'm gonna go back to Biscuit. But 5 product face. So number one has to be concealer. Just pop it under the eye and like all the places that I want to brighten. Not doing foundation. If I only had to use 5 products, I'm doing concealer over foundation every day. Second product, brows. I have to have something to just touch up the brows. And I'm using Morphe because my favorite is actually the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. And I'm still a dip brow person. I know that's a bit controversial, but I love a good dip brow. But I actually don't have dip brow right now, and I couldn't find my Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil. So Morphe is just what I had on hand. It's not my favorite. I don't recommend it. It's just eh. And I'm actually not a huge Morphe fan, but I use the micro brow pencil because I'm always going to use a thin eyebrow pencil because I like a sharp line. And I didn't do anything. Again, tried to keep it in 5 minutes. As you can kind of see, you'll see by the end how long it actually took. But as you can see by the video, I did not make 5 minutes. But um, since I only was trying to keep it to 5 minutes, not too much on the brows, just like cleaning it up a bit and then going in and blending out the concealer. And I feel like as long as I don't know, I'm not too like crazy over if my skin is imperfect. If I have a couple like a little discoloration or a couple blemishes, then I'm okay with that showing. I don't need to like fully cover everything up, but I do feel like if you just have a good concealer, foundation, you can do without foundation. So if I have to pick between foundation and concealer, I would rather have a face with concealer and no foundation than have foundation, a whole face of foundation with no concealer. Yeah, no, what side would you be on? Team foundation, no concealer, or team concealer, no foundation? I just feel like concealer can make it just lights up the face, whereas foundation kind of just evens it out and it just makes everything flat. But that's if you're doing this challenge, if you only have like a limited amount of time and products. So I think we're on product number 3. This is the product that I wish I would have switched out. I was like, okay, if I'm just gonna do concealer, then I just need a powder to warm up the face a little bit. And I grabbed L'Oreal's Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear Bronzer in, does it have? I think it just says 500 something. Is that the shade? I'm not 100% sure. It's one of the darker shades. It's a soft matte finish. I think this is a bit too too warm for me. It's not my favorite bronzer, and I wish I would have reached for the Chanel Le Beige one instead. But if I have to use 5 products, I'm going with a bronzer. I just wish I would have used a different brand. And then the fourth product is going to be a blush. So I figured my thought process was, okay, I'm going to use the concealer to lighten up my face, and then I'm going to use the bronzer and the blush as a combo to bring some like warmth and flush and color back in after I lighten it. And I was moving a bit fast, so I didn't blend and like blend it out as best as I would have liked. But I also feel like this would be a cute, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have to be perfect, especially in the summer. I feel like this would have been cute for a pool day, like by the pool all day, just a little flushed, because that's what it looks like. It just looks like I'm a little warm, like I'm outside and I'm a little warm. So it's not perfect, but I kind of dig the imperfection. I think it brings like a little, I don't know, a little personality, a little swag to it. I took the bronzer and then I just put it in my eyes, just kind of warm up my eyes. But as you'll see in the end product, I ended up taking it off a little bit because I didn't really like it. I actually sometimes don't like too much on my eyes, or sometimes I just like doing mascara and no eyeshadow and no eyeliner because it's just a better look. But that's the fifth product, fifth and final that I would use if I had to do a 5 product face. I'm always going to be mascara. And even though I'm using it as the fifth product, it's the number one product that I picked when I was like, okay, I'm going to do 5 products. First product is always going to be mascara. In fact, if I only had to do one product, a 1 product face, it would be mascara. So here's something else that I did, and I don't know how quote unquote safe this is because I know brow is not supposed to go on your lips, because lip products sometimes you ingest them. But since I was giving myself a 5 product limit, and I was like, okay, I already picked 5 products, so I can't add a lip pencil. I was like, well, what if I used my brow liner or my brow pencil as a lip liner? And I already have like a little bit of, again, I didn't count skincare products and like a lip balm. So I already had a little bit of balm on my lip. And I was like, what if I just use the pencil to outline the lip a little bit? It already has a little bit of softness from the balm, and that can just be what's on my lip. And I think it actually turned out pretty good. The lip pencil is again Morphe, the micro brow pencil in Mocha. So it's like a really soft brown color. And I feel like it just added a nice little touch to the lips. So 5 product face. In the end, we did not stick to 5 minutes at all. I think I'm about to show the timer in a second. And let's see what we did. 9 minutes, 13 seconds. So like 4 minutes over, but for someone who hasn't tried this in a while, I think that's good. I think with a little bit more practice, I could get this down to like 6 minutes. So, what would be your 5 product? Let me know. Bye.